Wang Chuanfu, CEO of BYD, has recently unveiled a groundbreaking engine that could dramatically reshape the automotive industry. Known for its prominence in the electric vehicle (EV) market, BYD's bold pivot signals a strategic shift that could redefine how vehicles are powered for years. The company has been at the forefront of EV innovation, but this announcement of a revolutionary engine suggests that BYD is now aiming to challenge the very foundations of the electric versus combustion debate. Rather than refining traditional EV technology, BYD appears poised to create a new standard for automotive propulsion altogether. Wang's new engine has sparked excitement and surprise among industry experts. As automakers globally focus on phasing out internal combustion engines in favor of electric powertrains, BYD's move stands out. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. In short, this engine could destroy the argument for fully electric cars, offering drivers a more versatile, capable, and reliable alternative. Wang Chuanfu has been one of the foremost visionaries in the EV space, and his decision to pivot toward this new technology highlights his understanding of the market's evolving dynamics. BYD is not merely chasing short-term gains, they are playing the long game. By positioning themselves as the leaders of this new technology, they stand to disrupt the global automotive market on a massive scale. This engine could make purely electric cars seem obsolete in comparison, forcing other automakers to either adopt similar technologies or risk being left behind. Beyond the technological innovation itself, the implications of this reveal are profound for BYD's competition. Companies like Tesla, which has been entirely focused on battery-powered vehicles, could find themselves in a precarious position. Tesla's dominance in the EV market has been predicated on the assumption that the future belongs solely to electric cars. But BYD's new engine challenges that notion. Other automakers, including traditional giants like Toyota, which have invested heavily in hybrid technologies, may find themselves more agile in responding to this challenge. The race to perfect hybrid technologies has been long and arduous, but BYD's new engine might be the breakthrough that finally perfects the balance between electric and combustion power. This new engine also raises intriguing questions about infrastructure. While much of the current discourse around EV adoption has focused on building charging stations and refining battery production, BYD's innovation could shift the focus back to traditional fuel stations, albeit with significant modifications to accommodate the new technology. If the engine can operate on alternative fuels or a combination of fuels and electric power, it could significantly reduce the strain on the electric grid that many experts have feared would accompany mass EV adoption. This engine offers a solution that avoids many of the pitfalls currently facing the EV infrastructure build-out, potentially saving billions in investment while making mass adoption more feasible. Wang's announcement comes at a time when geopolitical tensions, especially concerning energy independence, are running high. Countries around the world are looking for ways to reduce their reliance on oil and gas, especially as global supply chains have been disrupted by conflicts and environmental regulations. Electric vehicles have been touted as a solution, but their reliance on batteries, which require rare earth metals and other resources, has introduced new dependencies. BYD's engine, if it can deliver on its promises, offers a way out of this conundrum. It could provide an energy solution that reduces dependence on both fossil fuels and rare earth metals, offering a more sustainable and politically viable path forward. The environmental implications of this engine are equally important. While electric vehicles have been lauded for their zero emissions, the production and disposal of batteries present significant environmental challenges. Mining for lithium, cobalt, and other essential battery components has been linked to environmental degradation and human rights abuses in various parts of the world. Furthermore, the disposal of old batteries is a growing concern, with many experts warning that the current systems for recycling and disposing of EV batteries are not equipped to handle the demand that will come with mass adoption. Wang's new engine could alleviate some of these concerns, reducing the reliance on large-scale battery production and thereby lessening the environmental impact of the automotive industry. This could also have profound effects on consumer behavior. As electric vehicles have grown in popularity, many drivers have been hesitant to make the switch due to concerns about charging times, range limitations, and the lack of charging infrastructure in rural or less developed areas. BYD's new engine could address all of these concerns in one fell swoop, offering a vehicle that combines the environmental benefits of electric propulsion with the convenience and familiarity of traditional combustion engines. If BYD can successfully market this technology, It could unlock a new wave of adoption among consumers who have been on the fence about electric vehicles, ultimately accelerating the transition to more sustainable transportation. Wang's announcement also puts pressure on governments and regulatory bodies around the world. Many countries have set ambitious goals for phasing out internal combustion engines in favor of electric vehicles, but those timelines may need to be reconsidered in light of this new technology. If BYD's engine proves to be as efficient and environmentally friendly as promised, it could force governments to rethink their EV policies, offering a new path that blends electric and combustion technologies. This could also have implications for automotive subsidies and incentives, which have traditionally favored pure electric vehicles. Policymakers will need to weigh the benefits of this new technology against their existing plans, potentially opening up new opportunities for hybrid vehicles to play a larger role in the global transportation ecosystem. The global economic implications of BYD's new engine cannot be overstated. BYD has already established itself as a major player in the EV market, and this new innovation could propel the company to even greater heights. As other automakers scramble to catch up, BYD could seize a significant portion of the global automotive market, especially in regions where EV infrastructure has lagged behind. This engine offers a solution that does not require a complete overhaul of existing infrastructure, making it particularly attractive to emerging markets where the cost of building charging networks has been prohibitive. BYD's ability to scale this technology quickly and efficiently could make it the dominant player in the global automotive industry, rivaling even the most established brands. The ripple effects of this transformative innovation could extend far beyond the automotive sector, profoundly impacting a wide array of other industries, particularly those deeply intertwined with energy production and distribution networks. If BYD's groundbreaking engine technology demonstrates the capability to operate efficiently on alternative fuels or sophisticated combinations of conventional fuels and electricity, it could initiate a paradigm shift in how we conceptualize energy consumption for transportation. This revolutionary approach might substantially reduce the overwhelming demand for new electricity generation capacity in certain regions, particularly those where power grids are already operating at maximum capacity and struggling desperately to keep pace with escalating demand from both residential and commercial sectors. The potential alleviation of pressure on these overtaxed electrical infrastructures could have monumental implications for energy pricing structures and market dynamics, especially in nations that have made substantial investments in renewable energy sources, specifically designed to support the anticipated massive expansion of electric vehicle infrastructure. Countries that have allocated billions towards solar farms, wind energy projects, and grid modernization initiatives in preparation for an all-electric transportation future might find themselves needing to recalibrate their energy strategies and investment portfolios. This technological advancement could potentially slow the urgent need for additional power generation facilities, transmission line expansions, and substation upgrades that were being planned to accommodate the expected surge in electricity demand from widespread EV adoption. The economic implications are staggering, potentially saving governments and utility companies trillions in infrastructure investments that might no longer be immediately necessary. Furthermore, this shift could impact the renewable energy sector's growth trajectory, possibly delaying some projects while creating new opportunities for innovation in fuel production and distribution systems. The automotive industry's supply chains would experience significant reorganization, as reduced reliance on massive battery production could decrease demand for lithium, cobalt, and other rare earth minerals, thereby affecting mining operations worldwide. This technology might also stimulate new research into alternative fuel sources, including advanced biofuels, hydrogen-based solutions, and synthetic fuels, creating entirely new industries while potentially revitalizing some existing energy sectors. The geopolitical landscape of energy dependence could be reshaped, as nations might find new pathways to energy independence through diversified transportation energy solutions rather than relying exclusively on electricity generation. Utility companies might need to reconsider their long-term investment strategies in grid modernization, potentially reallocating resources toward modernizing existing infrastructure rather than expanding capacity. This could also affect employment patterns across multiple sectors, from renewable energy construction to mining operations, while potentially creating new job opportunities in alternative fuel production and distribution. The environmental impact assessment community would need to develop new frameworks for evaluating the full lifecycle emissions of these hybrid systems, potentially leading to revised regulatory standards and emissions targets. Consumer behavior patterns might evolve as well, with drivers potentially feeling less range anxiety and more flexibility in their transportation choices, knowing they're not entirely dependent on charging infrastructure. This technological innovation could ultimately create a more resilient and diversified energy ecosystem for transportation, reducing vulnerability to single-point failures in either the electrical grid or traditional fuel supply chains, while offering multiple pathways towards sustainable mobility solutions.